What's up, RP Motor friends? Under the sheet is my brand new bike. So I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds to guess what it is before I bring this shit up, starting from now. So are we ready? Let's get these sheets up. And there she is. This is my brand new Kawasaki ZX-8R. It's a 2005 model. Very beautiful. I kind of got her for pretty cheap. She's got about 7 years left on the certificate of entitlement. About 9,500, not including the taxes and transfer fees, but what I paid the buyer in general. So was it cheap? Well, I guess so, considering the recent increases in the ARF and the COE. Actually, I originally wanted to get either a 2013 or later ZX-6R or the brand new 2017 Kawasaki Ninja 650, but because the prices were starting to skyrocket sky high, I think I thought about buying this instead. So for 9,500, I got this brand new Class 2 bike. It's a beauty. So now, having said that, maybe we shall take a spin on this little baby here, and I'll give you a bit of my first thoughts on what this bike is like. A more comprehensive review will come a bit later on as I get more familiar with this bike, but for now this will be for the start. So let's go. Alright, let's start her up. Listen to the engine. Alright, let's take her away. So now, basically the first thing that I noticed when I bought this ZX-6R was how lean, how forward aggressive the posture on this bike is. Now the first time I got onto it, I brought her back home. It took me about 30 minutes to get home from the seller's place, and oh my god, the forward lean was so heavy. I've been on the DRZ for 1 year, and before that it was the FZ16, so they were pretty upright sitting bikes, and I've been used to that for plenty of years, 6 years in fact. And when I first got onto one of these, it's so different. Now, I may have been on a CBR 600 before, but that was only for 1 day, where I rented for half a day. I took it for a spin to have fun in London, and then after that I came back and let it off. So I didn't really feel the full effects of riding a super sport back then. But now that I'm actually owning one, you know, you actually can feel what it's like to have a sport bike. So surprisingly, you know, super sports aren't actually very hard to ride. This ZX-6R isn't a hard machine to ride, unlike say a Kawasaki ZX-10R. Okay, I made a wrong turn. So as I was saying, ZX-6R, not a hard ride. In fact, I think even the CBR 600RR wasn't that hard to ride when I rented it. The 600cc super sports in general are pretty mild if you're not a young hooligan who isn't going to rein in his throttle hand. Because honestly, below like 10,000 revs, this thing feels no different from a Super 4, 400cc inline 4. Okay, it's only when you start bringing up to 11,000 revs, in 11,000 RPMs and above, they start to scream. Ah! Okay, I'm not going to go further than 120 because their cameras around. So yeah, I mean, after lightning. So as I was saying, after 6 years of riding upright bikes, you know, your back starts to hurt, my arm starts to hurt after 30 minutes. I could get used to it because I think my body posture is all wrong. You're supposed to hold up the bike with your torso, your torso muscles, instead of putting all your weight on the arms. Also, my DRZ had very soft suspension. I mean, for a street bike anyway. And the ZX-8R has very stiff suspension. So whereas while my DRZ was a bit hard to feel in the turns, on the ZX-8R you feel everything. Going into the turns, it's so tight on the ZX-8R, unlike my DRZ. This thing is so amazing. I love the fact that, you know, I don't have to be pumping a carburetor. The fuel injection is so amazing. This is the first time I'm owning a fuel injected bike. You know, all the fuel injected bikes that I've ridden before weren't even mine, they were rentals. Having a fuel injected bike of my own is so amazing. Not having to worry whether the bike will start in the morning or not. It's so great. I could leave the bike for 1 week, and you know, I bought this in April, after 1st of April. So when I brought it back, I didn't really ride it for 1 week. I leave it there. So after a week, I press the button and it just starts. Whereas if I was on my DRZ, I'd have to put it on prime, shake the bike a bit, and I'm not sure if you can hear because the wind is so strong. I'm going pretty fast. No, I'm not going that fast. Anyway, I'd have to put it on prime, shake the bike, you know, throttle the bike a bit, and then push start and hold on until it fires. Whereas this is so smooth. Starting it is so smooth. The gears, you know, they don't drag like the DRZ. There's a lot of overlap between the gears. The first gear is a bit tall, so you don't get a lot of power as opposed to the DRZ. But once you got a bit higher in the rev range, you know, it's very smooth when you're shifting gears. Whereas the DRZ, there isn't a lot of overlap between the gears. I'm having a lot of fun with this bike. No, you know, who says you need a brand new ZX-6R or whatever to get the best results and the best fun out of it? I think this is perfectly fine for what I need. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much because I think I will keep further comments to myself until I'm prepared to do a more informed review of this bike in the future. So in the meantime, hit the like button down below if you like this video. If you have any questions on this ZX-6R, do shoot me a question in the comment section. And of course, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do give me a subscribe. It helps me grow. And I'll see you next time. Peace.